EA Sports coverage of the NFL on this fine afternoon brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland and M&T Bank Stadium. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Baltimore Ravens. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27.
Playing Sean. Hell yeah, 5 wide. Did you notice?
Mike is 59. Mike is 59. Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Under 10. Go. 10. He's checking. Crash.
Ito Smith, his first carry. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. It'll wind up being a loss of 2.
5 wide, baby.
Make it second and 12.
Can't handle the 5 wide. Why do you not listen to my audibles or my depth chart changes, you stupid game?
Let's go. Great. Sunday.
Holy crap, he has 3 fucking superstar linemen.
Now wins.
Shit. Or up.
Man over the middle, and it's complete.
Sean.
And he takes it all the way down to the 32. A big play there for Philly. 42 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. To throw, it's Wentz. Catch is made by Arcega-Whiteside. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose.
Watch his left. Watch his exit. Check 59.
Wentz now on first down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks him. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Now it's Jackson. That's into the hands of the tight end, Boyle. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. Give him a couple on the catch at 2nd and 8.
It's funny when you can tell.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days,
Monday night game, any semblance of anything interesting?
Season about our season opener opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible.
The Dolphins or the Steelers? Did you misspeak here? Or?
It would have been a different story. Throwing on 2nd down. Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
Now Jackson. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he has another first down as he'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 29-yard line. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you've got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown in it on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown.
I played in so many freaking rain games.
His
it's not even
third
funny.
touchdown now
They drive
on the
me
year.
nuts.
And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game.
Oh, duh, I was thinking of fucking
Tucker now to kick it away
corner.
following the
I'm sitting here like, how the
touchdown.
fuck did that work?
That's fielded in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
I don't know why, but I thought that was the real Josh Allen. Like,
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Is Shark sleeping again? What if it's the same party as last night? Wasn't it his party last night?
Working from the gun, Wentz. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on.
God, I wish I had somebody like fucking Bush. I would have so many more interceptions.
He's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
He won't even ignore. He ignores every attempt I make at him. He's never even given it the time of day.
Shotgun now for Wentz. He's going to wind up and air it out. Well, this is taken in. It's complete.
Stupid Hurts. Why can't he catch balls like that?
30 yards there, and, of course, the first down as well.
You had to figure they'd take a shot downfield on 3rd and long, so the old cliche came into mind right away for me. Who wants it more? You always hear about
Stupid
receivers,
Jefferson.
hear about their hands, their moves, their speed. How about the positioning and the desire to go get that one out of the air?
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
Some of them are really slow, though, like really slow.
Throwing is Wentz. And his throw is incomplete. J.J. Arcega right side, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you
problem
and knock
is
the ball away.
Earl Thomas
bottom
isn't getting
line
any
is,
younger either,
that's a
so
pass he's
I don't really know
gotta
how I
have
feel
and a
about
pass
having
he should
2
have caught.
fresh safeties back there.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me. Check 99. Check 99. Check. Lucky.
Now Ito Smith. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on third down.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day.
This one, 7.
Mike 48. You must be getting tired.
Hey, I 7.
Snap coming at 1. Now Wentz. He's going to air one out. Looking for Jeffrey, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Now, they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a fly.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right?
Mika
4 guys might have it
Fitzpatrick with
right,
the
but
pick.
the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Like bitch to me.
Jackson.
Oh, bad throw, Nick. What are you doing?
Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down. And Charles got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass.
You ever have those
now
plays
they're just
where
a
it's like
play
you press
away
the
from getting the
button,
football
immediately
right
wonder why the fuck
back,
you press that
but it's a
button.
big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
All day. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Watch 36. 36.
From the gun, Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. That's Yannick Ngakoue with a sack. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away.
Jones.
And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it
why
with
would
a
you
little
stop
bit of
your
humor? Maybe you break
fucking
the ice a little bit.
interception
Like, hey,
animation?
didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
I honestly think my team plays better. Base defense.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, they run with Smith. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front and then maybe a guard can slide up to the 2nd level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football.
Sean's going to be the fucking player of the week.
Here we go. Back man. 180. Kill. Pick it up. Pick it up. Mike's got 9.
Wentz to throw on 3rd and 1. And almost picked off.
Ball.
I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
My major weakness in this game is special teams. I have fucking terrible special teams. Oh, yeah. I used to think I was good at field goals until rain games happened. I'm like, I'm definitely not good at field goals.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they're coming off a 3 and out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Undercrunch, undercrunch, undercrunch. Any weapon. Look small.
Now on 2nd and 13. Jackson.
Reads
It
are
was the
terrible
veteran
right
safety
now.
Malcolm
What are you doing?
Jenkins who got a hand in there to disrupt it.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick, but able to see it,
Can't
diagnose
sure.
it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Jackson from the shotgun. And that will be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on,
What?
how about the execution
What?
of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Pulled in at the 24. It'll go as a 50-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a 1st down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Sunday, Sunday. 48 smart, 48 smart. Oh, here we go. Oh,
Wentz gonna throw. Gonna look deep for Jeffrey. And that's gonna wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. After the penalty, it's Smith. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stip him behind the line. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2.
One of my DNs I drafted. He's superstar dev, so I'm trying to get him up there, but he's got like 4 or 5 tackles for losses already.
here we go, here we go.
Yeah.
Check 52.
On 2nd down now, it's Smith. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. The Eagles on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Let me know right now. You better break. Check 47.
From the gun, it's Wentz. It's caught, Smith. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to about the 19. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. And Elliott puts this one through.
Somebody challenge another fucking
It's
PI.
7-3. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get through.
God.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these
I don't know why
types of
coaches
kicks,
keep like burning.
that
I know
no
that
one
this one's
says
obvious,
to
but I don't know
their
why
guy, "Hey,
coaches
that's
keep
just like
fucking
making an
burning
extra
their
point, piece of
challenges on
cake."
PIs. They
Because
never
extra point's not a
overturn
piece of
them.
cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which
Fucking
means they're
holdings.
going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency.
Yada.
Move the ball at least a few
You
times on
held?
offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah,
Are you
just
getting
something
old?
to build off of. That's what they're looking for
I'll be
here.
here.
Right there.
The Baltimore
54, right
offense
there, right
at the
there.
line
54,
set to get going. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try the right side here with Smith. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia.
exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Caught by the tight end Ertz. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball, because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
48 to Mike.
On 2nd down, here's Smith. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. That 2nd down run a big help as 7 yards leaves him with just a 3rd and 3 now.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of
game.
blitzing often alters the normal
I'm trying
spacing and run
different
fits
blitz things
and leaves
out.
creases like they were able to
See what
exploit
works
right
and what
there.
doesn't.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Two minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he won't be close to a first down as he
my
runs
rookie's
into a
tackles.
wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts.
He's a linebacker
It's
converted
just
at the
their
end
first,
because
so
his
they'll have
coverage
2
makes me
remaining
want to
here
throw up.
before we get to halftime.
His zone coverage is
And
like
the kick
46.
by Elliott is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6.
I imagine that's somewhere where my zone coverage would be in real life, so
Pretty reliable here in
figured
this game,
that's-
isn't he?
well, that's
To
probably
me,
still
that
pretty
bodes
high for
well
me,
for
but
them. If they
regardless,
need him
I'm like,
late
yeah,
in the
you
game,
don't need
his
to be
confidence should be sky high.
coverage
That's
there,
fielded
buddy.
in the end zone.
All right, let's. Why?
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see when they decide to do a play caller, because a 1-play drive where you
Yeah,
throw an
that sounds like a
interception,
stoner.
a lot of people think the very next time out, run
That's
the
probably
football,
a
don't
safe
give him a
bet.
chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Now it's Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together. Hustle. Watch 36. They're ready.
On third down, Jackson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
This defense is
The
kicking my
Eagles going to
team's
take the
ass
first
right
of
now.
their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
You get the run going next time.
He's been a busy man
Never
here
punt
in
the
this
ball.
first half as he
I don't
gets
know
it
why. Just
away.
can't fucking do it.
This is brought in at the 21. A well-hit ball there. 50 yards on the punt, 3 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And you have to figure they won't just sit on the football here in the final minute. The way things have gone, they need to try to make something happen offensively.
But maybe they should. Maybe they should sit on it here because of what you just said. They haven't made anything happen offensively. Getting ready to go into the half, give them a chance to take a deep breath, exhale a little bit, and start over. I don't know if this is the time to push it myself.
Yeah, right now, under 100 yards of total offense. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And an alley to run. And a pretty good run, all things considered. Probably would have liked that in the first quarter instead of right now as the clock continues to run. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And an alley to run. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. So that would have been something from that distance, but to no avail. Comes up empty as we have reached the intermission. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Campaign mode.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Jackson,
Throw the fucking
Jackson
ball, you
cannot get
stupid
away,
asshole.
and he'll go down.
Jesus
We are
Christ.
seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
There's Jackson on 3rd and long. Oh, incomplete. Nearly
This game is
the
pissing
pick
me
they
off.
needed.
You won't throw the
They
fucking
would have loved
ball.
one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. So it would appear they will not be able to add to their lead on this opening drive of the second half.
Yeah, if another touchdown was scored there,
God,
now
kick
we're
the
talking
ball
about
out
a
of fucking
two-score game,
bounds.
and they're probably on their way of creating an excellent gap between them and their pursuers. But how about the defense there, able to step up and keep themselves in this one?
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
15.
Wentz now to throw. Being chased out left.
Oh, my God, dude.
He's got the first down and more inside the 40. That one good for 26 and a first down. So the youngster able to use the legs to pick up the first.
And one of my pet peeves when they see this guy play, when Carson Wentz takes off running the football, I always hear people go, oh, he's sneaky athletic. No, he's athletic.
Me too.
Watch him do it. It's an integral part of the quarterback run game, and he gets it done very, very well.
You don't like sneaky athletic, do you? That's just kind of a jab in the back.
Yeah, not when it doesn't apply. I think that's a stereotype that needs to be broken down for him.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down. A CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Ito Smith. His second touchdown on the season. And the Eagles have taken the lead. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time, they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Jackson now. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
His struggles finding open receivers continue. I don't know the last time I saw him this inconsistent throwing the football.
It would be hard to find a date when he was this inconsistent. You know, in his locker, he keeps the word poise printed on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. He needs to find that poise right now.
He certainly does. In fact, I would suggest he laminated.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
I don't know there.
Running on 1st down, Eckler. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
54. Mike 54. I'm here all day. I'm here all day. Trump.
On 2nd and 12, Jackson.
Oh my fucking God, Lamar, you stupid asshole. Hit one goddamn throw. Just fucking one. Holy shit, fuck.
Now they face a 3rd down. They have not gotten him
God
at all.
fucking damn it, dude.
There with a longer throw, unable to complete
Whole
it.
game. It's been this the whole goddamn game.
No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him
lucky
the football.
motherfucker.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. To throw is Jackson. He'll get this to Eckler. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 41-yard line.
Good route, good pickup for 1st down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
Malcolm Jenkins up to make the stop.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Jackson, options out left. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Austin Eckler with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And that will put them on top here in the 3rd.
I don't know why he can't hit Hollywood now,
kick it away
at all.
following the touchdown.
That shit was like automatic last year. But I'm not like leading him really. Like,
and this will be a touchback as that
last year was like automatic, and they were both worse.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Escaping the pressure right. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
I always make the quarterback run there. I hate it when people like try to make people flip it over their head. I do it too. Like I will always take the receiver there. It's like, go for it. Go as a QB.
Here we go.
To throw is Wentz. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion.
I don't know how the fuck
they've been very cohesive.
Like in real life, he's taking the post all day.
Game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
I don't know. I was watching the replay there.
Man, 5-7. Hey, wahoo! Let's go. Hey, look, 48. Look, hey, we gonna make the 48 right now. Let's go. Hey, watch the sled. Watch the sled.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick on Wassor. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started
play
as
X way too
DBs
much. He
and
just
pumped
waits me
themselves
out
up
on
into
those.
being linebackers? So
And
the
then
ball
throws it to the
skills
guy
are the
that don't
same,
cover.
right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
They run on first down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Watch the glass.
Mike spot 4. Mike spot 4.
Hey. Come on, QB, come on.
Right there.
Here's Jackson. They'll let this go for the end zone. Got a man.
It's just Hollywood. We can't hit him.
Ravens touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Ravens turn that interception into a touchdown. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening.
I don't think I've gotten
found the
Hollywood
opening and exploited it.
yet.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Too greedy, man. I need to stop sending him on only flare routes. I don't know why. I just can't help it, dude. It's like he's going to beat everybody, but he doesn't. Just can't get over that hump.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Wentz. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Eagles behind on the scoreboard.
Yeah, apparently
with
catching
the
bad,
football
just not in real life.
here as we start the fourth quarter. Third and 4, and this crowd urging on their defense. They're up and making noise.
5-9. Check. Hey, Foxtrot. Hey, Darren.
Now Wentz. And he connects with Ertz. An Eagle first down there. Wentz to Ertz, and the names that end in TZ.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Wentz now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
74.
Quit talking about it.
They fake the give. Now Wentz. It's brought in by Jeffrey. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. They've really been able to contain Alshon Jeffrey. That catch a rare exception in this game.
And that's a feather in their cap because he's such a tone setter for his team on offense that they try and get him the ball early. And, of course, what comes after that is often. And for them to limit him and him not catch a ball until the second half, it's a big reason why his team is behind on the scoreboard.
On second down, it's Smith. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Now, that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
Play action. Now Wentz. Gonna look deep for Jeffrey. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead.
I don't know. Whenever I switched the guy, then like if I would have switched him, I would have jumped in front of it, bumped him, it would have been PI. So it's like I can't. It's like it's so tempting.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. A give to Smith out of the gun. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 11 yards there, first down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch victory.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. Smith. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
180. Let's go.
Mike spot 9. Mike spot 9.
From the 38, Wentz. Flush to his right. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Wentz can pull it down when he needs to, and the 6'5" quarterback picks up the first down.
How many times have we seen this late in the fourth quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
Go, go. 180. 59. And we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Let's find 7.
Throwing on first is Wentz. Now he's flushed out right. Oh, no, he lost the football. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. If the ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
59, Mike. 59, Mike. Check, 59. Here we go.
Another try after the first down sack. Wentz. And he finds a man with a crossing route. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Fumble.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This time it's 3rd and 3. On play action, Wentz. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Patrick Onwuasor. The 40, 20, 10. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. Oh, that's about as tough as they come. You're driving to try to put the ball in the end zone.
I bet on it. It's hard.
And that
the one behind me.
It's exciting for us, wasn't it? Because we were thinking, hey, we might be headed towards overtime. Instead, it looks like this one may very well be done. And guess what? If you're a fantasy owner and you have that defense, you just had a big, big game, didn't you?
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as those guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws.
More impressive than getting stuck on them.
Get settled back in.
But they told him, they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Kill.
On 2nd down now, it's Smith. He'll have a first down past the 40. He's at the 40. Past the 20. 10, Touchdown, Philadelphia. Ito Smith, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. As they're now just an extra point away from getting back within one score.
Base formation.
Well called, well blocked, and then he just made a great play. That was an athlete going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness, too, of just getting there and taking off and going for the defensive guys?
Mine's really hit or miss. It's either I'm
really
scoring
hurt.
a touchdown or losing 3 yards.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott.
There's really not an
in
in-between.
away.
I mean, I get like 10, 12-yard carries sometimes, but it's either I get hit in the backfield or I get a first down. Let's try one and see what kind of day it is.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Steps away to his left, and he's able to get up here to the 26. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead.
Mike 36. Mike 36. They can't hang with us. Watch 36. 36 to Mike. Watch the run. Mike 36. Mike 36.
From the gun, it's Jackson. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Spins past it. He'll have a first down past the 40, and he's going to get this to the 40-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Now Wentz. Eluding the pressure right. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
Oh, yeah.
Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. Mike's 59. Mike's 46 down, man. 5-4. Here I come. Here I come. Check 59, Mike.
Back to throw, Wentz. And his throw's going to be incomplete. J.J. Arcega Whiteside, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is it just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Don't do it, man. I hate this fucking play.
He's back to throw. Got his man. It's Arcega-Whiteside.
Oh, that was a halfback toss.
And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 39. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock.
I've never seen anybody actually run a pass out of that formation. It's always a fucking toss.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10.
I didn't know there was passes out of that formation, full disclosure.
Hey, Echo.
Wentz to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. To throw is Wentz. It's caught. Smith. And he'll go down at the 28. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game.
Mike, here we go. Ready? Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
They'll look to throw. And this one incomplete. So the clock stopped now with 20 seconds remaining. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Back to throw. And he comes back with one complete. The Eagles will take their third and final timeout as they'll stop him with 13 seconds left to play.
Come on, team, get some pressure here.
Here we go. 120.
From the red zone now, Wentz. And this is caught. He's got it for a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, it's all going to come down to a 2-point conversion. Listen to this crowd now. Their guys need a stop on this 2-point conversion.
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike to 59.
Back to throw. And it's caught. And with it, we are tied here in the fourth. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. And here in overtime, If the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least.
Oh my
now the crowd
fucking
really
God,
wants to be
dude.
involved,
Conservative tackle, and that shit happens. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh my God, this game, dude.
It's been loud in here.
You can't
so
make
far.
this shit up. You really fucking can't.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny
look,
now.
Conservative tackle. I didn't face mask him. Holy shit.
First down
What a
run,
miracle.
and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
At the 40-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Check me out. Check. 59. 59 mark. Check.
First throw of overtime for Wentz. Flushed out right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
3rd and 8 situation. A tough spot here in overtime on the opening drive.
Rip right. Check 59. Mike is 59.
Working from the gun. Wentz. Gonna look deep for Jeffrey.
Please don't interfere with him. Thank you.
And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. The temptation to go for it probably there. Always is, especially in overtime. Got to punt it, though.
I think you're right. I think that you absolutely have to punt it away and trust your defense, especially play a little field position here. But you're so right about the temptation. Another way to satisfy that, though, line up in punt formation and fake it. That's another way to get it done.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
I thought it was going to swing the other
Down
direction.
now, part 2.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. First down, and they stick with Eckler. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the 43-yard line.
Here we go. Sit on the bench. Go. Watch the twist. Mike 36. Mike 36. Let's go, D. Watch 36 to Mike. And we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet.
Now what can Jackson do here in overtime? Going up top. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
Yeah, you would think that I had him.
Trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception.
You think so? That
just
didn't
unable
happen?
to get it, and the flag did come out.
So now, following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. Now a toss play to Eckler. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT.
God, that was
Great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime.
No, not at all. My kicking is fucking shook right now, dude.
Trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun
Block
was that?
6, left one short, fucking doinked
We
one.
got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic
game.
ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for the Ravens, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they'll get another home date next week as the Jaguars will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Washington. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get about the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains. I score up in the end zone, do my dance all on a hater. Mover and a shaker, you a novice, I'm a player. I'm from DC, but I'm running through and sacking like a raider. 2 chains on my neck, one for now and one for later. And we don't play fair, baby, we play for keeps. You can pass me out of bye week.
This one all lasted.
Oh
shit, I gotta play this guy.
Move the chains, I'm about to make a play.
This guy was the superstar I signed in free agency. This Roy Stockton guy was a superstar in free agency. I was pretty happy about that. Damn, I hate playing back-to-back games. I don't feel like playing that. Who else is in this party besides us 2 and Shark? I saw that. Ghost is here? Oh, that's weird. I'm like, I didn't even know there was another person. God, that game was the sweatiest game I've had. Wow. You winning? Hell yeah.
Coach, a very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Minnesota Vikings. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
I'm in love with how fast the fucking Jacksonville defense is. That was fucking stupid.
Now here's the first carry for Amir Abdullah. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come.
This is Abdullah. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Fuck, Jake, man, if I subbed your ass out.
Here's Bradford. And he's able to find Diggs. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the 1st down. On 1st down, Abdullah. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. A tackle for loss there. 2 last week. He's tough to handle coming off the edge.
And when you talk about a defensive end, your first thought is how does he rush the passer? That's where he makes his big plays, getting into the backfield. But the best ones can play the run as well. And that's what we're seeing from him, that excellent combination of holding the point of attack and also getting upfield to make plays in the backfield.
On 2nd and 11 now. Bradford lets it fly for Thielen. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there, and it'll bring up 3rd down. We saw a lot of that a week ago defensively from him. AFC Defensive Player of the Week. Just always seems to be around the football.
I like your observation.
What number was
there.
Ramsey
Understands the game, understands positioning, can put himself in the right spot, and then make a play on the football.
Oh, I know. It was the replay. I wasn't sure he was on one-on-one, and I wasn't covering him.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
47 Mike, 47. Double dog. That's the way.
From the gun, Bradford. And a throw there going to be incomplete. That's a pretty good opening possession defensively.
And you know the goal is to make something of a statement, especially on the road with your first defensive possession, isn't it? Go right out and establish yourselves and let them know this is going to be tough going all game long.
And now it's the punter Weil on as he sends this one away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback.
Lines up. Lee. Hey, let's go.
On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Is he that good?
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping,
and it
those
works.
Big defensive linemen will take the bait and move
even against
laterally
like Hollywood type guys
that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. Dalton here from the gun. The open man is Westbrook.
Gotcha.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can right foot in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Going in his body for whatever reason.
Move. Go.
They look to throw on third with Dalton. Open is Swaim, the tight end. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 10 yards there, good enough for the Jags first down.
Overall, and they're both
As
on
you know,
a
so many
contract
things
here,
in the
and they both
passing
want the
game are
exact
based
same
on
money.
yardage. Sometimes it's just based on timing, and that's what we saw right there on that play. 3rd and 3, just get the ball right to the receiver.
Is the hitch route. Tell us, what is the hitch route?
Yeah, just take really one step, like you're driving off the line of scrimmage, get the defensive back on his heels, get the ball out to the receiver, and he does the rest.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
At the 46-yard line.
On second down, here's Fournette. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to say.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt, I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. 3rd and 2 for Dalton. Into the hands of his tight end, Jeff Swaim. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 26.
Andy Dalton's never been
How about to start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're
kind of
thinking
is.
about
I don't know how
all over the yard.
The last thing I expected when I
necessarily
inherited the
accurately.
Jaguars was Andy
In this
Dalton
case,
running
though,
the fucking
he's
team.
honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far.
It was a kick in the
From
pecker,
Viking
right?
territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. Throwing, Dalton going for it all.
Ball shark.
And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Well, that
Gotta
certainly
step on
looked
him
like
in the
something
end
that they
zone.
discussed
Dropped it.
all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. They go back to the ground now with Fournette. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's
Texas
a loss
having
of
trouble
8
with
yards
Rudolph for
there
that, too.
to bring up 3rd.
They
got the ball to the outer third of the field, but they could not seal that edge and lost yardage.
And I love how you brought that up, because sealing the edge is often a function of the offensive tackle on the line of scrimmage, oftentimes a tight end, maybe your H-back, someone to set the edge at the line of scrimmage to give them a spot to get to. If you're not able to do that, you're not able to turn the corner.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. So on 4th down, Jags kicker Josh Lambo comes on the right hash. Officially, this will be a 51-yard attempt.
Yep, held that one.
And this one is right down the middle.
50-yarder.
And the Jaguars grab a 3-0 lead. No touchdown there, but if that first drive is any indication, looks like they're going to have a pretty good day passing the football.
I would say confidence would have to be pretty high after that first drive, able to throw it almost at will. You're exactly right. They didn't get the touchdown, but 3 points serves as a nice notice about how this offense is going to move.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. A shotgun handoff. This is Abdullah. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
outrun.
And that's one of those you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
48 for Mike. He's scared. 48.
Bradford from the gun on third down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
I have a killer pass rush.
He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. He completes it to Westbrook. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Wasn't it? It was great, wasn't it? Yeah, it was great.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Jags with the football to begin the second quarter as they go to work on a 1st and goal.
So many nods to the all the games. So many nods. It's beautiful.
They'll try to run forward with Fournette. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Leonard Fournette with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, this is Madison. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
On the tackle, it's Trey Waynes.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
12 yards there and a 1st down.
Red-headed stepchild.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down, executed it to perfection. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. Give him 30 yards there.
That's just flat out a beautiful throw right there.
It was a rope. That's maybe the speed you would see on a slant, but he threw that downfield with that kind of pace.
Now, if he throws that one with any type of arc, puts a little air under it, that play doesn't happen. He had to fire it in there, and he did exactly that.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Out of the pistol, it's Fournette. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home. 93, 52, 93, 44.
On 3rd and 2, Dalton. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 12-yard line. Catch number 100 for his career right there. It's good enough to keep the chains moving. And into the red zone now. And, Charles, they told us offense in the red zone was a focus this week in practice.
A huge priority, and the key was to get points, so you know that all the time during the week they talked about executing, taking care of the football, no big mistakes. Make sure they put points on the board and come out of it with that.
11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. They'll try to punch it in with Fournette, and he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Leonard Fournette with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that makes our score 17-0. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a first down.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
Running from the gun, it's Abdullah. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage, because they are dominating. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know,
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. 2nd interception for him now here in his first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles.
He literally,
how much does confidence start to become a factor?
Fucking linebacker just over the shoulder toe tap.
That's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah,
he just missed a good game between him and
college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, there's the option going left. Now Leonard Fournette. And they got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Everson Griffin, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
What's wrong with playing
maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget.
Not working for the
Work
right
to
guy.
be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Billy's your manager?
Check. Watch what he thought. Watch what he thought.
Jesus
Ain't no
Christ.
such thing as a loss. We take a win.
Andy Dalton escaping the pressure right. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
But this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
This one complete to the tight end,
heard
O'Shaughnessy.
him swear.
And he gets it down to the 32. Give him 19 on the play, but they will still come up a bit short. And now it's 4th down. The Vikings going to signal
we
for
have
the
him and
first of
Billy
their
playing Madden?
timeouts. As they get
Is
the
that something we
stoppage
can
with
make
a little
happen?
over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And the lead now increases to 20-0. So he splits the uprights, and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
How was your first day, honey? I'm working at the wrong fucking company.
Goddamn Russians.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Well, look at the clock
Diesel
here. You're inside of a
Lair.
minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously.
oh
the
my
intelligent
God,
approach,
what the
go
fuck
run
was
out the
that?
clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you got this last drive
That
here.
was fucking
You get the
dope.
ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
That you stole from me, you son of a bitch.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half. The first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys,
But I need to
you
make
help
my
dig
rookie
this
rookie
hole.
of the year.
See
I
if you
have
can
a
get us
thing
out of it
going.
a little bit before the half runs
Wait,
out.
no, you
Let's
guys
go
are-
make some plays.
So they'll come up
MVD
after the
is, I don't know why.
incompletion for second down. Here's Cousins. He's going to look deep down
Get it, Ramsey.
the field.
Attaboy,
The
Ramsey,
ball
way to
popped in
swat
the
it to
air,
Harrison.
Intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes
Or
absolutely
the
perfect
dark.
sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a
What
penalty
happened in your
flag
game
down,
that, like, I heard
however.
that some
Let's see
shit
what
went down?
that's about. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on first and goal. And Dalton to throw. And he's going to go down. This will count as a sack, a very short sack, taken down at the 2. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
Yeah, instead of swatting
They
it
come
down,
up
he
at an
swatted
offset
it
eye.
Oh,
Back at the
right
2
to
now.
free
Here's
fucking
second and
receiver
goal.
for the go-ahead touchdown.
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. DJ Chark in the final seconds of the first half. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Dude, I mean this in like the nicest way possible, but have you like ever considered trying to use her? What?
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Like, I
Typically
just
down
can't
in the
trust
first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunate. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this
yeah,
first
it like
half
fucks
of
with
play.
people's reads. It makes them read them
longer. So we've come
longer.
to halftime after a very one-sided beginning
like
to
just
this
the,
one.
you
As
being
we send
there
you
like
down
freaks
to
people
Orlando,
out, I think.
where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in this second half. It's a short kick, taken at the 15. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They keep it with Fournette on first down. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
Pretty much the only thing he has on offense.
Passing. It's Dalton. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Everson Griffith make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
And that's the second sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
Third down, a shot here for Dalton. That's to his running back, Leonard Fournette. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 40.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there.
Oh, Fournette loses it. It's out, and the Vikings pick up the football. There he goes left side. And they're going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. So hold the phone here, Charles. I've kind of written them off.
Of all fucking people,
certainly a long way still to go, but stranger things have happened.
Well, when you're going to have big second-half comebacks, plays like that have to be involved.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now down to 20.
Chinese.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're right back out there after watching the fumble.
They gave up the farm for me, baby.
Control this game, but that needs to serve as a wake-up call because they're not in the clear yet.
No, the message should be clear that fortunes can change pretty quickly when you turn the ball over. You've got to take care of it, otherwise that lead can slip away quickly.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. To throw again, Dalton. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. So Dalton now. Open man is Westbrook, complete. A big 30-yard play on third.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
You taught me how.
On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
He's tired.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down
I am
there,
playing
need
some
to be a
Vikings,
little bit
yeah, I
more
don't know.
careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Dalton. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 34-yard line.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area. So you may curl it a little bit.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Linval Joseph able to record his 5th sack of the season.
If it's any consolation, buddy, I have to go from fucking Lamar Jackson to Andy fucking
Let's
Dalton.
just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Do you think I would actually sign Andy Dalton? I feel a little insulted by that.
Wouldn't sign the Red Rider
It's
BB
2nd
gun?
down. Dalton looking.
I wouldn't sign him for veteran minimum.
And he's going to go down again. Emerson Griffin in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
3rd and long. What will Dalton dial up? Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they are backed up as far as they can be. They're going to start this drive at their own 1.
And it's on this very site in the old Metrodome. Obviously, this is a new stadium. But remember, Tony Dorsett broke off a 99-yard touchdown run on a Monday night game against the Vikings, one that we'll remember for the ages.
Are you playing?
Here's
Call of
2nd and
Duty?
9, just a yard on that last run.
I'll play after this game.
Out of his end zone, Cousins. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass.
Is that a
this
power move?
offense in
Doing a
desperate
gauge
need
on
of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
On your goal line, I mean.
Back to throw now in his own end zone. And he's able to find Diggs.
It didn't work, but I hurt Stephon Diggs, so
down
kind
up
of.
past the 15-yard line.
I'm going to call that a wash.
So a little breathing room now. 1st and 10 at the 17. They run with Abdullah. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Fucking Madden technical.
On second and 11 now. Cousins, he's going to float this one deep right side.
Oh, my God.
And he bats it away, and it falls down.
Shoulder tear.
He has been nearly impossible to throw on all year long. If it was me, I'd say he could go ahead and book that trip to the NFL Awards show in February. He's going to be Defensive Player of the Year, I think. What do you think?
I would agree with you, and the reason why, because he takes the ball away, because he gets to the football. The only way a defensive back ever wins this award is because they have a number of interceptions, takeaways, knockdowns, all of that. Add it all together, he's created a lot of big plays.
To throw is Bradford. Able to find Deion Kane, complete. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
They'll try to run with Madison, and he'll get in. Touchdown.
The Spookmeister.
Alexander Madison, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point right down the middle. And that cuts this lead down to 13.
It's a very good chance he's just...
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Jair Alexander's the next X-Factor now?
He's so lucky.
I just saw the goddamn thing. The load screen. That's a Jair Alexander X-Factor.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking
He's the only player in the secondary who's worth a
Maybe
damn.
milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
100. Have you had a game this year where he did not have a sack?
Already, and another 1st and 10. To throw here, Dalton. Buying time to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
It's 2nd and inches at the 49-yard line.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close.
I'm waiting for the...
with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Yeah. They're all freaking mean to me.
An ideal spot here to get a 1st down and try to run some more clock, and this is 2nd and less than a yard.
Nick is an asshole.
Here's Dalton. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Make sure we all have fun.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags 1st down. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team, because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
Tackle made by Eric Kendricks.
When I think hard carry, I
Offensively,
think Billy
with the
Powers.
lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Oh, man.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
The Jaguars on third down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This is 3rd and 8.
So anyway, I started
down there, but he cannot connect.
It's easy to see when we review
So
this.
there I was. Pop, 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 pop,
because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just
demolition
the 3,
class.
but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still 8 up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Yuck. Yuck. Yuck.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase
I think the guy off
hopes
driving
of
the
a
tank was pretty exciting.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Back to it after the pick 6. Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Support.
Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21.
I'm a little confused by your tactics.
Easy.
Cousins. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and a mile. Now Bradford. And that'll be incomplete.
Yeah, they suck.
Well, they took their shot all right, but it
like
comes
cold,
up
hard
empty.
facts.
And it's 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
On 3rd down, Fournette. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It's a 6-yard pickup, but still a few chain links short, it appears, with 4th down coming up. This is Josh Lambo. He hit from 57 a year ago. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt.
Oh, he hit the front of it.
Line, but off the crossbar, no good.
Doink there.
A long-range effort denied 3 points at the very end. All things considered, a pretty good kick, just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck, and unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. Calling a loss of 2 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12. Now Bradford. Airing it out deep for Smith. It's caught inside the 25. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one covers 29 yards, first down. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 24. Here's Bradford. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Again, it's Fournette. And yet again, he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Great job by this Vikings defense. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow him down.
And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back.
I don't play with game audio.
Let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Fielded at the 33.
Shot.
A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Wash the windows, wax the car.
They try the right side with Abdullah. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Working out of the gun, Bradford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility, the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete.
Is there like a glitch in Madden where if you run all the way out one way and throw it back across the field, and people are wide open or something?
And they'll indeed take a knee.
Yeah, that's a thing. That's what this guy's trying to do.
So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And really, it looked at times like they just had this one in cruise control out there.
Yeah, they deserve a ton of credit because you and I both know that they knew this is a tough place to play. Overcame that with ease, romped home with an easy win. And here's the best part for them. It'd be easy to get to the airport because the crowd left pretty early in this one, didn't it?
Well, plus they have a police escort.
Okay, you had to spoil that part of it. Of course, they're going to get there. But think about how wide open things are now because this crowd didn't expect this.
No.
So they went back to the tailgate and said, let's go eat. This one didn't any fun for us.
Yeah, they took the drama out of this one pretty early on. So for the Jaguars, it's a critical win for them as it gets them to 9-6 on the year. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they'll be guaranteed a finish of no better than 500 as they drop to 7-8. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next.
God damn it!
Galactus Hunkers.
Big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number.
Hey, foreign cars, foreign seats with the foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in the sad era. Yeah, flex mode, this ain't Southwest, this is jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad beat presto. If you wanna come, let's go.
Oh, I know what you're saying.
Special. I just wanna see more than resto. Hit your phone, I'ma catch those. Mexican, don't make pesos. Hit your sons, I'll replace those. Number save, no name though. We need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board, like I'm keeping score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard.
Hey, don't
30 on my wrist, bullet point to God.
Big numbers. 100 minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number.
Yeah, wrist man, check the wrist man, got him hot. Hey, man can't ball like this, man. Lord, past the pig skin when he stretch a distance. I'm talking a few 100,000 yards, you just on your 5th grand. Run it up, count it up. Hey, hundreds and 50s and 20s, no 5s and no singles, don't count on them. Hey, she wanted like me cause I like she can't count on him. She tried to be nosy and hit up my ex, she like, girl, you can count on him. Hey, we need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board like I'm keeping score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, bullet point to God.
Big numbers.
Lights down low.
100 minute bag, that's a big number.
Soft and slow. Alright guys, I'm throwing in the towel early. It's my anniversary, so I better leave. Bye-bye.